Day 5 of the national emergency. Are you still out there? I miss you. Box office person, popcorn seller, ticket taker, all you fellow moviegoers. I was a ticket taker once in high school. It's the only job that I ever got fired from. It was terrible. I had to wait 5 hours in the parking lot of the mall for my mom to come and pick me up. You know, it's too bad, too, because ticket taking was one of the few skills I had actually mastered in high school. But one theater's loss was Taco Bell's gain. Tonight, we're still kind of reeling from Chris Manley's male anatomy lesson last night. We're going to Canada. We're going international. Let's bring in Brendan Beiser, actor, live in Canada. I guess I'm a little shocked at at what you're wearing. I mean, it's a little springish here in New York.
Well, you can only see the top. It doesn't mean I'm wearing anything underneath.
Of course. I'm relieved.
Another thing that's going on. Thank God, Tom Brady finally chose where he's going to play football, because that matters.
It absolutely does. Now, you are in production right now on a television show. What's happening?
If you're talking about television production in Ontario as well as BC, which are considered the two largest centers in Canada where they do most of the production, they're completely shut down. So there is no work in this industry currently. So this self-isolation thing, being at home alone, depressed, a little angry, upset, we just call that Wednesday. It's nothing out of the ordinary. This feels quite normal.
You mentioned earlier that you were actually going to do some e-socializing with some of your friends. So what's up with that?
And one of the things that we've come up with at 10 o'clock Eastern tonight, it's a BYOB event, and I believe it's about 9 of us that are getting together but apart, and on Zoom video conferencing.
There we go.
We're each going to have a beer or a glass of wine or whatever it might be. So we're going to be drinking together, but apart.
And what do you got a name for it?
Barstool. Yes. So far.
You're going to barstool tonight.
We're gonna saddle up to the bar.
Yeah.
Bring one stool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's tonight's the first go at it.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
And so tonight is kind of like in our family, we would often get together for like a game night.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of not happening. And so just like you're finding Barstool, we're finding a new way for game night here on Dispatches. So
yeah.
So we're going to have a little bit of like a
trivia?
3 trivia questions about Canada, right? And the first person that zaps in,
yeah,
I'm going to put their answer up, and then you let us know if it's right,
okay,
or if it's wrong.
I get to let them know if they get to cross the border or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right. So let's go with our first international Canadian trivia question.
Right. And these are just off the top of my head. It's not like we, anything. So, all right. So how about this one? What is the official animal of Canada? The official animal of Canada.
The official animal of Canada. All right. So all you players at home, let us know. Oh, here we go. There it is. It is. Hockey.
I
think that's
better.
That sounds right to me. Mitch Kahn coming at you. You've got Mitch Kahn's got 1 point.
That's great. I like that. That's terrific.
All right.
That's terrific.
Second question.
Second question. This could be a two-parter, or we can just leave it as a one-part. How many provinces does Canada have? How many provinces does Canada have?
Okay, well,
Hockey again?
no. Frank Palvino. You know Frankie. He's
Frank.
coming up with Moose. Frank Palvino says Moose. Oh, look, we had a tie. Joseph Yuan also with the Moose. Now,
Yeah.
oh gosh, my cousin Brenda coming in with Beaver. That's
Well, so we're going back to the first question.
yeah. No, wait. Repeat your question because I think I may have a serious. I have a number here 8 from Joseph,
Okay.
and now hold on. I've also. Brenda has 12. She
Yeah.
said 12. Now, hold on. I've got one more. Now, this is the guy who won the last question, Mitch. He's saying more than one.
Well, Mitch is correct.
Okay. Gosh. Dang. This guy's smart. He went to engineering school.
And between Brenda and Frank, by the way, Brenda has the correct answer for the first question, just so you know.
Oh, right. Yep.
Beaver is correct. And the mean between Brenda and Frank would be what?
This isn't about meanness, Brendan. This isn't about, at all. This is just about.
Brenda said 12. Frank said 8.
Yes.
What's in between 8 and 12?
9.
That's also true. So, forget that. But anyway.
10.
10.
10.
11, but 10 is the answer.
10. There we go.
10 is the answer.
Mitch Kahn is coming in now with Red Beaver. Oh, hold on, Mitch. He hasn't even asked the third question yet. He has not asked the third question. Brendan, go ahead with your third question. I know you were working.
Mitch's answer and guess the question. All right. So, what is the population of Canada? What's the population of Canada?
Okay. Now this might have been for another question, but Mitchell says 11.5.
Okay.
Kate O'Connell, my engineer. What is she? Yeah, I'm all alone in here. Oh my gosh. She says 42.5. Oh no. And then Kate says no, 42. Oh, Mitch again. Hockey.
Okay, that's good.
Kate, one more time. Oh, hold on. 42. Okay, Joe, they're coming in fast and furious. Joseph is saying 100 millimeters, which I
Nice.
think we have to give it. Oh no, now Kate's saying 100 centimeters.
Okay,
And now Joe, I don't even know why we need Brendan. Joe is saying that Mitch, again, is technically correct. Okay.
Listen, I want all these people to come to Barstool tonight.
Yeah.
I think they've already...
Okay, Ken Bradley from Chicago weighing in with Gordon Lightfoot. Oh my God, is my cousin Brendan not the smartest person in the world? 37 plus million. I don't
Your
know.
cousin Brenda is definitely the closest. She may be, because I'm not sure where I got
She
my
may be
stats.
Canadian. Now that I look at her, she doesn't have a big honker like me. Like she may be actually
No,
Canadian.
and she was great. She got Beaver, and she got 35 million. Is
35.
I saw, but it could be 37 by now.
Yeah. Well, we don't know the effect that everything is having. Okay, so
American, which is 37 million Canadian, so she could be bang on.
yeah. I just wanted to, you sent me a very handsome headshot earlier. But I wanted to let you know that we here on the Dispatches team, we went with this one. That's you in a hospital gown.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I know. But if you can remember you in a hospital gown with a face, you look a little bit like a frog. And then I'm going to take that one down. But now I'm putting up, just out of happenstance, I'm putting up, and I'm putting us side by side. Because you are in an awesome blue sweater with a blue checked.
Much like you got.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just want to know that I want everyone to know that there's not two more bland dressers in all the world than Brendan and Scott.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot. And then, all right, Brendan. Thank you very much.
Can I ask one more question?
You can. The team is ready. The team is ripe here. Hold on. I even got, so they're still doubling it. Ken Bradley's working on 28 still. Kate O'Connell coming in with bang on. That's okay. And then Brenda Goodman. I should have ended my guess with or I guess it's all up with you guys.
I like these people.
They're good.
Here, let's end it with this one.
Okay.
Which Canadian singer has had the most #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100? Which Canadian singer has had the most -- singles on the Billboard Hot 100?
Billboard Hot 100 Canadian most #1 signals. Oh, Kate O'Connell coming in with "I Like Your Bathrobe, Brendan."
That's one of the title tracks.
Okay. Oh, boom. Joseph Yuan, Celine Dion.
Correct.
Bang. And then, of course, Kate O'Connell, because she can't. Neil Young. Prawley. Joe Yuan for the win.
Joe Yuan.
Yeah.
Great.
So I think one of the things we can do in the next coming days is definitely study up on our neighbors from the north.
I think you all did well. I always go early. That's good. Hockey.
Well, and Joe is now saying moose.
Oh.
So.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Okay.
Moving on.
Let's see.
Okay.
There we go. Hold on. How did I see? I see what happened. All right. I muted you by accident. It's just a natural response that I have.
Like so many women in my life.
All right. Listen. Be careful at the bar stool tonight.
Thank you. Great talking to you.
Great talking to you. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to watch this now. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to start it.
Okay. Brendan Beiser. Wow. Geez, I hope he brings some condoms to the bar stool tonight. I just hope everyone is staying safe out there. So now we're going to Los Angeles. And here we are. Boom. Okay, we are with Juan and Valentina.
Hi there.
Hello.
We used to see each other every day, Juan, out back on 11th Street.
That's right.
What is happening in Los Angeles?
Los Angeles is like what Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day.
Yeah, every day is the same. Every day is the same. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining and we're good. But yeah, no. Nowadays it's a little bit more scary than that.
And so what is happening? Like literally, how are you spending your day?
Well, we decided to do the social distancing. We are taking it very seriously. Most of the people in LA are not.
Okay, interesting.
It's quite incredible when you go out. Like we did go out yesterday to the grocery store, and it was like business as usual. Like people nothing really different. There's a lot of like people in the street, cars and stuff. Like I guess it's a little different than New York and other places because people are actually in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see a lot of traffic, and it's a little frightening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that people are aware I mean, things are happening, but it's not the level of New York by any stretch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And New York is not the level of Europe because we have family in Madrid, and they're taking it even more serious.
seriously.
And it's a matter of time. I know New York is going to go there. I know that Cuomo was saying that he's not going to do it. That's what they all say. And
Hmm.
3 days later,
Right.
they go more strict.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. And so you guys had this brilliant idea. I'm going to roll this tape so everyone can see. I'm sure most everyone has seen it. But your safety matches video about social distancing, it's gone viral in an amazing way. So let's just take a second and watch that. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. So how did you come up with that?
That was Valentina's idea.
Um, yeah, well, we've been doing the match. Sorry about that, but so people.
Yeah.
um, so we've been doing the matches for like a year now. So, we've been doing that for like a year, and we do like the matches in like different like everyday situations, and it's kind of like a fun, silly thing. But Friday, we were watching the news,
Right.
and I saw that, and then I'm thinking like, matches, they do catch on fire if you put them one next to each other. So it was like, oh, this is like, wow. I come up to the office and say like, Juan, we should do this. Like, this is like a perfect telegraphic idea to convey a really important message. So that's how, we say that, and then Juan immediately got on, and started doing it.
We've done things along those lines, but in a fun way. There was like 2 lovers, but that was like last year that we did that. One lover just, whenever they touch their heads, they go on fire with passion. Other people that is like a runner that is on fire, and he goes and just gets a lot of other people on fire. But this one, we wanted to make it very minimalistic to convey the idea because we were worried. We were worried that around us, people are not taking serious the situation, and we saw how it happened in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and after that it happened in Spain. I mean, it happened in China, then in Asia, when it started happening in Europe, and we have advantage because we are like maybe a couple of weeks or 10 days ahead, so we have time to react, but it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do our part.
And also, it was that same day we had a neighbor who was like, "Oh, what you guys doing up? What you guys up to? Why don't you come over for dinner?" And we were like, maybe not."
Yeah.
So that whole thing, kind of like ignited this fire.
Right.
Well, the something that we realized like a year ago, because we've been having some really good reaction to with the viewers with the matches throughout the last year. I mean, this was not the first one that we got like good reaction, even though this is probably the one that most people have ever seen, and it's the one that is more meaningful. But we were aware of the familiarity that it gives you, like the anthropomorphic interpretation of a match as a figure, as a human figure, which we haven't invented. I mean, that in the first Blade Runner, I don't know if you remember, they have the little figure. The only difference, they had a big penis.
Ours seems to be a theme on this show. Yeah.
Ours are gender fluid, so.
Girls,
and where it's been, as far as I can tell, it's been all over. Like, who are some of the people that have been reaching out to you? Where have you seen it popping up?
Well, it's basically been, it's viral. So we the first big message that we got was from NBC, from the Today Show, and we were like, I was like, what is the Today Show? And I'm like, seriously? I'm like, Today Show. So this is, because we're in LA, we live in the past, because, it's like so behind everything in time-wise. This happened like at 4 a.m. in the morning. So it's like, oh. So then, that was the first one. Then we got a wonderful call from Jeannie Moss from CNN, which, when that's when you know that you really got viral, because, you hear this voice that you heard for like so many years on TV.
Yeah.
And it's on the phone talking to you, like, it's like, hey guys, what's up? I was like, ah. So yeah, and after that, it just, it's been insane. We did another, because, we speak Spanish, and I'm from South America. We did two interviews for the Latin channels here, Telemundo, and so it's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In France, they played in most of the networks in France. TF1, France 2, the Journal has been everywhere in France, in Germany,
Canada, Germany,
Malaysia,
China, also Vogue China also sent something. So it's been
South Africa.
Yeah.
It's been everywhere.
Yeah, we've been busy. Even if we're confined at home, we've been the busiest. So we that's one thing that I think is really positive about this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, to think, something that came from your brains and your heart, your creativity, and now it's all over this globe, helping in a moment when we're desperate for help.
Yeah,
We got a lot of, probably the thing that matters the most to us. I come from a family of doctors. My father is a cardiologist. My mom is a nurse. My grandfather was a doctor as well. And I was supposed to be a doctor, but I wasn't. And that's this. But we got a lot of really good responses from doctors, nurses, medical workers.
Yeah.
And a lot of hospital asking permission to share. And so that is probably the most meaningful to us.
Yeah.
That and some young people, very young people that send message for Instagram saying that this visual helped them really understand the severity of this situation.
Very simple. And that in a moment of confusion, global confusion, safety matches, just cut through the clutter, communicate it to everybody around the world.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's basically the intention, the intention was to, just to, in a very telegraphic, easy way, just to make people understand how important it is to take this seriously, because it really is serious.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not taking it seriously.
Well, a lot of people, because they don't know anybody that is coughing or sick, they assume it's not gonna get them. It's just something that it has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And we feel the same way too. We're like, it's just going to be okay. We're going to be fine.
Yeah. Are you in touch with the folks, your family?
Everybody's okay, thank God.
Thank God. So far, everybody's fine.
In Madrid, I have my parents live in Madrid, and brothers and my sister, they live in Madrid, and they're all at home. My brother-in-law is the mayor of a town north of Madrid. In Madrid, in the community of Madrid. And he has no choice but being out, because he needs to help the elderly, and he has to get out, and we are nervous about him.
Yeah.
He has no choice, but he's exposed, like medical workers. So it is worrisome.
All right, well, we're keeping everyone in our good thoughts and our prayers.
Yes.
Thank you two very much. Well, I'm so glad that you had a couple of moments to spend with us and talk through this wonderful video. If you guys need a producer, who happens to be in a living room in New York, I'm right here for you.
Well,
thank you. You know that I love working with you. So always have.
Well, take care. Take care. Don't go crazy. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all very much. We'll talk soon. We're going to stay in LA. The beautiful picture of your daughter and Roger. That's
Look at her in her graduation uniform, everything.
Look, Kate is saying, just like she did when we were doing the Wall of Water. You're live. What was the gag that you did in the Wall of Water?
I had a pee gag
Yeah, there you go.
in the Wall of Water,
There you go.
where I urinated
There you go.
on stage
Wow.
for like an entire monologue. It was an unnatural amount of time of urination.
And then you were in this short film that we did called "Give Us Your Hungry."
Yes, which was brilliant.
Yeah, no urination in that. And then you went to LA and became famous.
I still have yet to do that,
Yeah.
but that's nice of you to say.
Well, famous in our heart. What's happening in LA? How are the Angelinos behaving?
So we're freaking out a little bit, however, I think it's a little par for the course. Want a sense of control that we don't have, and I think New Yorkers are probably that way as well. They would like some sort of sense of control. So, and I think that has boiled down to toilet paper. Is our sense of control has boiled down to how much toilet paper you own.
Right.
You know?
And so have you been out and about like any?
Oh, absolutely. And then the reports started coming out about how things are only going to get worse and worse and worse. And so I was like, you know what? We're going to need to do just a little bit of hoarding. Just, like...
You decided to do a little bit of hoarding?
Just a small amount of hoarding. Because, I don't want to do a large amount of hoarding because then I'm a bad person. And they were talking about how, only bad people are hoarding this much. But I was like, I feel like my family, I have a small family. I have a wife and a kid and a cat and a dog. So that requires minor bits of hoarding. Good. And so my daughter and I decided to go hoard at like 7 a.m. in the morning at our local grocery store. Okay. And we waited in line for an hour for them to open the doors. And so it was like a Black Friday event, right? Which I'm totally against.
Okay.
Is Black Friday events. And my daughter has always wanted to go to her entire life. And I've always said no. And so, but because of that, and we're in line for the hoarding, right? And so in line for the hoarding, my daughter's like, this is actually really exciting. This is very exciting.
So she kind of got into it. Yeah.
Oh man, she bought into the hoarding, and we went up there. We each got separate carts. We had a list, and we were going throughout the aisles, and we were just like grabbing all this stuff. I still wasn't able to get toilet paper, even after all of that. But after this like hugely traumatic experience that we had at the grocery store, we then got back in the car and got all our stuff loaded. And I literally looked at her and I said, okay, so obviously we're both traumatized by that experience. And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, but if you need me to do it again, you just let me know and I will. And I think she's primed. I think she's ready. I think the next time we go hoarding,
oh goodness,
she's gonna have to be our lead hoarder.
Okay, so you've got the hoarding team all planned out.
She's a valuable asset in the apocalypse.
That's awesome. Okay, well, I guess every family should have at least one person who's got that down to a science.
Oh man, yeah, she was all about business.
All right, so we're having kind of a game night here on Dispatches, and so I just want to ask, like right now we're pulling up and we've got the IMDb page of Troy Metcalf up.
Darn it, I thought we had the IMDb page of Scott Robinson. That's what I was preparing.
No, that's not. So we're just scrolling through wonderful stuff. All right, so we're gonna play. Name that IMDb page. So I've just cut out a certain section.
Okay.
Of an actor's IMDb page. There you go.
Oh my God, is that Sedaris?
Yes, there it is. There you are.
Very
well
nice.
done,
Very
young
nice.
man.
All right.
All right, now.
I got to tell you, it's so interesting. My career and her career, ever since I worked with her on Strangers with Candy, has oddly intersected at times that have been like very, very interesting. Not only did I work with her on Strangers with Candy for a couple of seasons, but then I also worked with her on Ed, and she on NBC, and she also was cast in season 1 of The Middle as a motivational speaker, and that she like taught Patricia Heaton some stuff, and when I'm a big Star Wars fan. And I saw her on The Mandalorian, and my only hope is that somehow our paths will be able to cross on that show.
Well, these films are a little bit
Hey.
earlier in history.
Oh my gosh, State Troopers. M Squad. Oh, this is like old school.
That's totally old school. This was a
Mike
tough
Hammer,
one.
though,
This
that
was
was-
a tough one. I really wanted to see how deep a cut you could go into
It's-
ancient Canadian. Yeah, it's Ellen Parker.
Oh
Ellen-
my gosh.
Yeah,
Ellen
ancient.
Parker. Very nice.
All right, now here's one last one.
Okay. Hopefully I'll hit 2 for 3. Let me ask you this, because oh my gosh, her name is slipping my mind, but did she have a small role in Spider-Man 2?
Joe Yuan is chiming in with Viola Davis.
No.
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Is it Viola Davis?
Yes,
Incredible actress,
absolutely.
Viola Davis.
I am glad, Troy, that we were able to reconnect.
Yes.
All right,
Loving you, brother.
be good.
Give air hugs to you. And
We'll
talk to you soon.
Thanks, buddy. Come on, time for a self-hug. I mean, really do it. Brenda, Mitch, everyone, get out there, do it. And then do a little havening. You can Google that. Google that word, havening, because you're going to need it. Okay. Well, thank you to Brendan and Juan and Valentina and Troy. And also, thank you to the nurses and the doctors and the ED techs and the lab techs and all the hospital staff. You rock. And you are our rock right now, because this is just the beginning and we need you. So thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.